Is this figure a worthwhile purchase? Absolutely yes. That is despite the difficulty to assemble this figure, but well, I made out of this alive at least. Hi everyone and welcome back to Xkrogani Studio. I'm Steven, today with a figure review. Today's video is a part 2 of the very same figure. So just a few days ago, I published an unboxing video for this figure of Mordred. Once again, this is Good Smile Company's 1x7 scale Saber Mordred from Fate Grand Order or Fate Apocrypha. She appeared in 4 different anime and movie adaptations, very popular Fate character. And she is somehow the son of Ultra Pendragon. Yeah, son. These are the things you don't ask, you don't question in a Fate universe, yeah. But anyways, this figure sells for a recommended retail price of 23,800 yen, around 24,000 yen. That is before any shipping cost, of course. And you might be able to find her for a discount elsewhere, maybe on Mandarake or even on Amazon Japan. I got mine from Amazon Japan at a very nice discount, paid 19,000 yen for her and then plus shipping, of course. This is what her box looks like, but I have a few comments on it. So the box for this figure is a lot smaller than I expected. I think even, well, Saber Ultra Vortigon or Saber Lily Distant Avalon, their box were a lot thicker. This is a really narrow box for a 1x7 scale figure with so much detail like this, with quite a number of parts to assemble. Yeah, so this is actually good news because shipping cost will be less, and this is a very solid hard box. Basically, this box exactly reminds me of Saber Ultra Vortigon, also by Good Smile, so that could only be a good thing. Moving on to the actual figure itself, for us figure collectors, the one thing we are always concerned of for our initial impressions, it isn't the quality control, it isn't the painting or the pose of the figure. The one thing we care about the most is the face. The face is everything, and fortunately what we saw in the official product photos of this figure, we are getting exactly as promised. The face of this figure of Mordred Saber looks great, looks really nice, and in fact, my personal opinion anyway, I think this is the best looking face. Compared to other options by other figure companies, Mordred has a lot of different figures which I will brief at the end of this video. And to me, what we are seeing with this figure is among the best. The sculpture, the rest of her body, the armor, they are just a great joy to look at. With metallic paint, you can have either gloss finish or matte finish, and both will look good anyway. Which one do you personally prefer? That is up to you, it is subjective. This metallic paint over here, this silver finish, it has almost a pearl-like finish on it, very glossy, very shiny. Under lighting, it looks amazing. I love it a lot. I kept staring on this figure after I assembled it. And then for the matte finish examples like Questcue's Marsh Curelite Altenos, which I reviewed not too long ago, that is also metallic paint but with a matte finish instead, and it looks amazing as well. So I guess this is down to personal preferences, but gloss, shiny paint like this one will be quite a challenge to photograph. For us photographers, it is an extra challenge that I'm not looking forward to. Speaking of the paint work, yes, while those metallic paint looks amazing, this figure is not without its flaws, but whether it will bother you, that is up to you to decide. Well, at least this is at the back of the figure, so you won't even see it when you're displaying the figure on a shelf. In my previous unboxing video of this figure of Mordred, the link is right up here, I mentioned how this figure has a design flaw, specifically on this lightning effect part on her sword over here. This effect part is knocking against her left thumb. So if you try to insert the sword handle by force into her left hand, it will knock off the left thumb, which is exactly what happened to me, but fortunately nothing broke. And then there was someone who commented in my video saying that you should be inserting the sword the other way around. So I gave you the benefit of the doubt. I decided to do it again, reattempt this again, and publish the video, the review much later, which is today, 2 weeks after the unboxing, because I wanted to try the sword again. So this was how I inserted the sword back then. As you can see, the effect part is knocking against her thumb. So I tried twisting the sword around and inserting it the other way. However, this way does not work either. As you can see, this effect part is now knocking against her wrist. I can't push the handle through. But I still tried anyway. I twisted the sword around in different angles, different rotations, and see if there is a specific path of insertion I can make use of. And finally, I found a way to do it. I managed to push the handle through, but as you can see right on top over here, yeah, it is scraping against the armor on top of her wrist. And I don't like this at all because over time, this is going to cause the paint to come off. It is going to inflict some scratches. Now I do acknowledge the fact that there is a way of inserting the sword without colliding with her left thumb. But at the same time, these parts, they are not supposed to be touching each other or scraping against each other. These effect parts, they should be further away from her left hand. So I would still consider this to be a design flaw. But yeah, it wasn't as bad as my initial attempt of inserting the sword into her left hand over here. Now let's get back to the review. The second thing you need to be aware of are the plastic foot pegs. Yes, there is no metal this time around, somehow, but the plastic foot pegs, they are very thick, very sturdy, and under normal circumstances, I don't think they will break that easily. As you can see, this figure is very sturdy when I shake it. There isn't much vibration or shakiness to this figure. Those foot pegs are doing a great job, and the weight balance of this figure is very good as well. But during assembly, those plastic foot pegs can be a danger. You need to be careful because after assembling all the parts on this figure, including inserting the sword, you need to reinsert her head back into the body. And this head is fairly tight. You need some force to push it down. And this is where, as you can see, yes, you are actually exerting a lot of pressure on both foot pegs when you're pushing the head down. So this is a point where the figure might break when you push the head too hard down towards the torso of the figure. So always support the figure from below when you are reinserting the head into the figure. I know that this is common sense, but sometimes we end up accidentally overlooking such obvious things because you are just too excited over a new figure purchase. So yeah, beware of those two foot pegs during assembly. The base of this figure, yes, it looks amazing. It couldn't get any better than this. So the base is like a 10 out of 10 score from me. Amazing base to look at. There's quite some weathering and shading going on as well. As a conclusion for today's review of this figure of Saber Mordred by Good Smile, is this figure a worthwhile purchase? Absolutely yes. That is despite the difficulty to assemble this figure, but well, I made out of this alive, at least. If you want a figure of Mordred in her armor outfit, realistically speaking, you have only two choices. Either this one by Good Smile or the one by Phat Company, which came out like 6 years ago. Very rare, very expensive. And subjectively speaking, I would say the face on this version by Good Smile is much better. There are a number of other Mordred figures out there. I do own the one by Aquamarine, my only one other Mordred figure. So what do you think about this figure? If you have already owned one or you are planning to buy one, let me know down in the comments below, and thank you very much for watching. Please subscribe to this channel, it will help this channel a lot if you would like to see more content like this in the future. Once again, thank you very much for watching and see you again very soon. Goodbye.